I didn't believe it was true, but since I tried it, I don't want to use any football shoe soles.
With these football shoes, you will be the best player in the world.
After having known a little bit more about the Chinese culture from the hand of Louis E, let's talk about the least advantaged sectors in this city, the drug addict as well as the poverty. Not so far from the center of the city, in one of the parks that are in León, we find Juan, a person who had a good life, which he lost due to drugs, since that addiction started as a teenage game, becoming him in what he is today, a drug addict, who hasn't a comfortable bed to be able to spend the nights. So let's talk to him. Juan, are you awake? I think he is sleeping. Juan, we are from the program Callejeros. We'd like to talk to you. Could you do it now, please?
Yes, of course. You are like at home. Although don't let anyone else live here. Only the dogs and turkeys which prevent me from feeling alone. Although because of the war, something has to hide behind of those buses to avoid being out of the park.
And Juan, how long have you been living here?
I've been living here since my parents left me lying when I needed it more, because I thought I took money from them without nothing to spend on drugs, and they, instead of helping me, they left me living in the street. So now this is my home and my family, dogs, turkeys, and the park guard.
Juan, I'd like to know how do you get money to eat or even to buy clothes?
Most of the little money I get, I used to buy drugs, to buy every kind of drug to consume. I get money by begging people, although nowadays, due to the crisis, that's getting harder since there are more people in this situation than before. So it's difficult to find the food in supermarkets. Consider us rabbits, since we fight to get it first. Besides, it's more difficult to find a cashier to spend the good night. There's more questions.
I don't want to bore you, Juan. I don't want you wasting your time here with me. You will have better things to do. But lastly, how is the life in a public place, in a park, surrounded by nature?
I am a nature man. I have here everything I need, although I sometimes feel alone because I have my I have my best friend, heroin, that helps me in that moment. It has helped me a lot, and more when my family let me on the floor. Heroin is whenever I need. Buy it to a friend with the money I get by begging, since people think I buy food with it.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you for sharing your time with us. So I hope you improve this situation. Thank you.
I'm Luis Fernandez, and this is the BBC. Today we're going to talk briefly about the most important news in the world. President Obama on Wednesday blamed the Democrats standing blues of their foolproof majority in the Senate of his administration failed to give voice to the economic frustration of the middle class, a disconnect that White House aides forward to quickly address as they continue to work to advance the president's agenda. Obama said the relentless pursuit of his domestic policy and a failure to advancedly explain their virtues had left Americans with a feeling of remoteness and detachment. type from the flurry of governing actions in Washington. The administration came as the president top aides so to come to terms with political disasters in the aftermath of the GOP's Senate's victory in Massachusetts. The surprise outcome, Republican Scott Brown took the seat of the late Democrat Edward Kennedy in the heavily Democratic state, protest growing among GOP leaders and finger-pointing and recrimination among the president's allies. Publicly and privately, aides to the president repeatedly stressed and that the White House has heard the message from angry votes, but insisted that they are not backing away from key items on the president's agenda, including healthcare reform, energy, and bank regulation. We are going to talk about the last natural disaster. Haiti is planning to house 400,000 earthquake survivors in the new tent village outside the capital, Port-au-Prince. Officials have announced it. Interior Minister Paul Anthony said 100,000 people would entirely be sent to tent settlers near the support of Croix dispose. He gave no time frame but said the move will start as soon as possible. An estimated 1.5 million people were left homeless by the 7.7 magnitude quake, which killed as many as 200,000 people. At least 75,000 bodies have so far been buried in mass graves, the government has said. Many people remain uncollected in the streets.
Today here in the weather forecast, I will show you the predictions for the next 3 days in Spain, since a lot of English people are going to spend their holidays over there in Spain. On Monday, it will be a sunny day in most of the Iberian Peninsula, although it will be cloudy in the north of the peninsula, like Galicia, Asturias, Basque Country, but also in the Pyrenees. During the day, it will be a little bit foggy in the whole peninsula. Here, for example, in the center, excluding the south, but also the Canary Islands. Temperatures will be between 7 and 25 degrees, the highest in Sevilla. These high temperatures are due to the Azores anticyclone. The next day, temperatures will decrease mainly in the north. What is more, it will rain in Galicia, but also in the northwest. It will